Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make our beloved meatballs spaghetti. This is really simple. I know you always think it's complicated, but it's not really at all. I have 2 pounds of ground beef here, and what I'm going to add to this is 1 chopped onion, which I chopped earlier today. So I've popped all that in, and just to give you an idea, the onion was about that size. So you want 1 large onion. Use the food processor to chop it, so you can get it really nice and fine then, and small. I have 1 cup of homemade breadcrumbs, which again I just put in the food processor, about 4 slices of bread, chop them really finely, and then to that I've also added a 1/4 cup of bought breadcrumbs, which are these Italian breadcrumbs. If you don't want to make your own breadcrumbs, just use 1 1/4 cups of this. This just helps bind the ball. It binds your balls together. I mean that in a nice way. Okay, so we chuck all that in, and then here I've got a cup of milk with 1 egg, which I'm going to beat a little bit in there, just so you can see, and that just helps to keep your your balls a little moist. Oh, I didn't realise I could be so rude with my food. Okay, so 1 cup of milk and 1 egg. And then we're going to add 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, so just your favourite, anyone. Sprinkle that baby in there. And we'll also add 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley, which I just put through the food processor. But if you don't have fresh parsley, you can use the dried stuff. And then here I have 2 garlic cloves, which I pressed, through the little garlic press in there, and then I have a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon or 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm going to put that all in. Okay. Now to the fun part, mixing it all together. It's always worries your dad when he sees me get these gloves out. But the reason I put these on is just because the meat gets really you have to really squish it hard, and I really don't want all that under my nails. I like to keep my nails looking pretty. So I'm going to mix all that together, move that out of the way, and I'm also going to bring over the tray. I'm going to put the balls on. Now, hold on. A lot of people, when they make their meatballs, they like to fry them in olive oil, which is fine, you can do that. Personally, I like to grill mine, and I don't know if it is healthier, to be honest, but in my mind I'm thinking it must be, because some of the fat comes off. So I've just put the broiler or the grill on high, just so you know. So here we go, we just mush it all together. Ooh, it feels nice. And you're going to get that nicely mixed. It looks pretty disgusting. I know your sister will hate doing this. Just keep giving it a little stir around, and move that stuff out of the way there, until it's nice and blended. And now if for any reason it's still like too moist, you just add more breadcrumbs, and that will help. I don't know why I'm saying ooh, but okay, so we got that all together. Give that a good old mush. And that looks pretty good, actually. I don't think I need any more breadcrumbs to that one. Lovely. Okay, now we make balls. Now this is very personal to your taste. I know when you go to a restaurant, they tend to give you those big giant meatballs, which personally I find too much. So I like to make somewhat smaller balls. But obviously you just you make them to whatever you like. There is just one thing to know, that like the cold causes shrinkage, the heat can also cause your meat to shrink. So they will get a little smaller when you grill them. So that's probably a good size, even maybe a little slightly smaller, because they will get small. They'll get smaller in the heat. All right, I'm going to make some of these and then come back to you in a minute. Okay, I've got the meatballs ready. That makes about 30 meatballs, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, sorry, 25, I can't count. A couple of things I forgot to mention. This particular tray that I grill them on actually has little holes in them. It's got little slots. So when they grill, the fat just drips off to the pan at the bottom. And what I do is I just spray a little bit of the spray Pam on so they don't, so your meatballs don't stick. As I said, this is about the size I like to make them. If your meatballs aren't perfect, your mother will still love you, don't worry. So what we do is we're going to put them in onto the broiler, into the oven, so they get nice and brown. And by the way, it's just about, I put it on the second line down in the oven, so they're not, I don't want them too close to the heat because I don't want them to catch fire and spit. So we're going to come back to those. They probably take about 10 minutes to brown each side, so we'll just pop the timer on, just so I don't forget they're in there. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is show you how to make the spicy red sauce to go with it. Okay, so these have been 10 minutes browning on one side, and as you can see, they've already had a little shrinkage. So what we're going to do is just going to turn them over, and then we'll brown the other side. And then we'll be able to add them to our lovely red sauce. Okay, so the meatballs are browning in the oven at the moment under the grills, and I'm going to show you what the ingredients are for the red sauce. You'll need 1 onion, again, which has been chopped finely. I also have 6 minced garlics that I've pressed through the presser to make them more soft. I have 1 can of tomato paste. This one's a 6-ounce can. I know you can also get tomato paste in a tube, so whichever your preference is, that's fine. I've got 3 tablespoons of olive oil, which we need. I've got 1 cup of chicken stock, which is just, that's the brand I like, but you can use whatever you like. I've got my fresh parsley. I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of this. And let me show you the spices. I've got 2 teaspoons of crushed red peppers, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of sugar, because that helps. And then obviously you need your tomatoes. Now I like to use tomato sauce, which is the smooth tomato, not the ones with the lumps in. This is just a brand I like, this pomade. This, I use 4 cartons of it. So this has like 26 ounces in a carton. So you can use that, but otherwise you can buy the tins, the big tins, I think there's 24 ounces. So you can get 3 tins of them, that's the same. Right, so I'm going to show you how to put this all together now and make a lovely red spicy sauce. Okay, so I've warmed up the olive oil and I've added the onions and the garlic, and they've just been sauteing here for about 6 minutes, so just to get a nice little soft, that opaque colour they get. And then what I'm going to do is add the other ingredients now, which is the tomatoes, sauce. I'm going to put this all in, so be careful. Ooh. Pop all that in. Give that a little stir. And then we're going to add the cup of chicken broth, mix that in too. And then all our spices, and salt and pepper and everything, we'll pop all that in. Oops, I got stuck to my plate, but never mind. Make sure that's nicely mixed. And then we're going to put this tomato paste in. And to be honest, I put the whole can in because I just don't know what to do with the leftover paste. So I just thought, it's all full of lycopene, it's good for you, stops you getting cancer or something. And again, we just mix all that in nicely. And then the parsley we have, the fresh parsley, that's all, you can have a look, you see that's all nice and blended. It smells yummy. And again, we're going to put a couple of tablespoons of the parsley in. Whoops. Give that a mix. Now I know on these cooking shows they always do things in stages and that, but to be honest, I just bung it all in and it comes out lovely. You guys have been eating it for 20 odd years and haven't complained, so why make life difficult in the kitchen? And then one last ingredient which I use is jalapeno pepper, which I've actually pricked the skin, just so then the heat will ooze out. Will ooze out. You should see your father's face while he's filming this. So I pop that in too, and that kind of just adds a little flavour, because it's going to cook for a couple of hours once I get the meatballs in. Okay, so I'm just going to cover this, put it on a low heat, and then I'm going to add the meatballs, which will be ready in another couple of minutes. Okay, so the meatballs, the other side was even quicker. It was only 5 minutes, just so you know. So you can see they're all nice and brown. Be really careful when you take the lid off your sauce because the tomato sauce tends to splatter up a lot. And then all we're going to do is pop the meatballs into the sauce. We'll just pop this in nice and quickly. And then you can see why I use this pan. You can see the fat and don't know what has oozed out the balls. So as I said, I'm hoping this is a healthier way to have them. I don't think I told you, but if you don't have one of these pans, just get a nice frying pan, fill it up with, I don't know, a quarter cup of olive oil maybe, and gently brown them in the olive oil. I know that makes them more tasty, probably. And that's your solution if you haven't got a pan. And then what you want to do is gently sort of press down, nice and gently, so all the meatballs are covered with the sauce. There we go. Lovely. It smells scrumptious, it's not even cooked. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cook this over, I like to do it a couple of hours. The longer it cooks, I think the nicer it takes, on a slow heat. A medium, yeah, so a medium to low heat. Just because it's like, kind of got a nice sort of soft simmer going the whole time. And it will be absolutely scrumptious. And so when we come back later, I'll show you how to make really easy, delicious garlic bread to go with this and spaghetti. And then we'll plate it up and have it for dinner. Okay, so I've cooked the spaghetti. Whatever it says on the box, do it 1 minute less, because then it comes out al dente, which tastes much nicer. And there you go, meatball spaghetti, yummy, easy garlic bread, and of course, a delicious glass of red wine. But of course, the most important thing is how does it taste? So I'm going to try and very elegantly eat this without slopping all over my face. Mmm. Is it bad to say you love your own food? But it's yummy. So I hope you get to make it soon, darlings. Love you lots. Mwah. Cheers, bye.